Afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. Developing this afternoon, board members have approved South Dakota's new social study standards. The 7-member Board of Education Standards voted 5-2 to implement the controversial standards after a final public hearing in Pierre.
As of last week, nearly 1,300 public comments have been submitted. 121 were in favor and more than 1,100 were against. The process to implement the new social study standards is expected to take about 2 years.
Coming up in the next half hour, KELOLAND's Carter Schmidt will join us live with a breakdown of today's decision. Another big story we continue to follow is the damage from flooding in the northeastern part of South Dakota. The South Dakota Highway Patrol posted these pictures of the washed out roads in Day, Roberts, and Grant counties. Authorities have responded to several crashes. Law enforcement is reminding people to not drive around road closed signs and to pay attention to road conditions. Well, city and state officials are also monitoring flood levels around Watertown. Lake Campesca crested on Sunday afternoon, and the water is slowly starting to recede. The main concern now is the large amount of ice breakup and the potential for damage due to strong winds. The Watertown Municipal Utilities is urging homeowners to contact them if the ice gets close to a gas main or if it is underwater. Officials say Pelican Lake continues to rise. It's about 2 inches higher than yesterday. This map shows the area around the lake that's at risk of flooding, which is shaded in red. Officials say the lake will equalize within the next 2 days.
Well, several rivers are expected to crest this week in Minnesota, including the South Fork, Crow River, and Delano, which is about 30 miles west of Minneapolis. Kirsten Mitchell with our CBS affiliate has the story.
This is a great little town. I love it.
On a snowy day, Dave's Town Club kept customers dry. But the local watering hole has taken on water in the past. Just look at this photo on the wall from the flood of 1965.
I hope it doesn't crest too high because it could be trouble.
Across the street, the Crow River is at its highest in 9 years. It's still rising fast. On Monday, the mayor says city crews will be out installing a flood wall along downtown here. It's about 3 feet high, and it's a process they say only takes about 4 hours. The bridge downtown is now closed as water levels near its edge.
This is stuff that they pulled out of the river earlier.
The city is pulling trees and other debris out of the river to prevent blockage. Mayor Holly Schrupp says they're better prepared this year than in years past.
We have some of the storm sewer gates that run into the river. Those are closed. Pumps are set up throughout town and they're operational and running.
Just a few miles south of town, the flooding is even worse. There's a few buildings here in this rural community now surrounded by water. This road here behind me also now closed as water is on both sides of the road.
It's part of life on the Crow River here and things. I suppose if we were to have weather like today and continue on 2 or 3 more days, we could have surprises.
Like others, Delano City Council member Jason Franzen had to check out the river.
The climate being changing and things like this and stuff, and the highs and lows are getting more extreme. We need to pay attention to it, of course.
And those visiting need to pay attention too.
The river is moving very quickly, and it wouldn't take much to be, swept away in a current if you got too close and slipped.
That was Kirsten Mitchell reporting from Minnesota. Current forecasts predict that the Crow River at Delano will crest tomorrow at major flood stage.
Well, the warm-up is nice, but it sure creates a mess out there.
It does. Really nice out there today, though. Hopefully it'll last through the rest of the week. Adam?
I'd love to say yes, but well, this is April in South Dakota, and nothing is consistent for more than a day or so, at least in the weather department. And we're going to see that in full effect as we go through the next about 5 to 7 days. At least right now, it's beautiful outside. There's the waters at Lake Madison, 55, north wind to 10 miles per hour. It has been a beautiful day to get outside. I hope you were able to go and enjoy it at some point. Then to the marina at Yankton we go, 61, as the ice is, well, non-existent, basically. A couple of really hot days will do that. Variable breeze at 6 miles per hour. It's only a matter of time until the marina is full of boats once again. 54 right now in Brookings, 51 Worthington and Watertown, 61 here in Sioux Falls, as well as in Mitchell and Chamberlain, 60 at the Capitol. Phillip and Rapid City, both at 62, 59 in Faith. And northwestern South Dakota has been a little on the breezy side this afternoon. A case in point, 17 miles per hour out of the east in Faith. Southeast wind at 23 miles per hour for Buffalo Buffalo. East River, yeah, a little bit breezy, not as bad as their northwestern counterparts, but still, at least this time around, the breeze has felt pretty nice. Yesterday, it was anything but pleasant. So we have had cloud cover slowly building back into the region over the last couple of hours, but that's been the only blemish to an otherwise near perfect day, and we haven't had many days like this so far this spring. So that's why I've been saying I hope you were able to enjoy it. We do have a frontal boundary out to the south and west that's going to gradually build northward a little bit as low pressure gets its act together and starts to come in later Tuesday into Tuesday night. That's when we start to keep an eye on the potential for some active weather as we head into the midweek outlook. But for your day tomorrow, beyond that, we do have increasing cloudiness. We start off sunny for your day on Tuesday. Then we get the cloud cover to build in. Temperatures ranging from the upper 50s in southwestern Minnesota to either side of 70 toward Wagner and Yankton. For northeastern KELOLAND, a little cooler towards Sutton and Watertown, 54 and 57 respectively, but 60s Aberdeen down to Miller and Huron. Last but not least, we head out west to 70s likely, especially towards southwestern South Dakota. But you notice they also get in on that chance for rain first, and we could be talking about some thunderstorms as well, a few of which could pack an extra punch. We'll talk about that potential and the rest of your 7-day forecast as we head through the hour.
Thanks. The president and CEO of Avera, Bob Sutton, is stepping down. In a news release, the health system says Sutton was recently diagnosed with a serious medical condition that requires an intensive treatment. His last day will be September 30th. Sutton has been with Avera for 10 years, 5 as the CEO. A national search will start in the coming months for the next leader of the Avera health system. Nearly 1,300 people are homeless in South Dakota. That's according to the annual 2023 statewide homeless count. Most of the people surveyed were adults, but 16% were children. The account is lower than it was last year, but officials say this doesn't necessarily mean there was a decrease in the number of South Dakotans who are homeless. The 2023 count was not able to receive data from key communities and programs that are not mandated to report. Programs in regions that consistently submit data actually showed an increase in the number of people experiencing homelessness.
Well, Minnesota announced settlement in its lawsuit against Juul Labs and tobacco giant Altria just ahead of closing arguments. The terms will be kept confidential until the formal papers are publicly filed within the court in 30 days. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison says that when the details of the agreement are released, it will be alongside the people who have been harmed by Juul, as well as the city and community leaders. Minnesota's Court of Appeals has upheld Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin's second-degree murder conviction for the killing of George Floyd. Chauvin is serving a 22-year sentence. His attorney had asked the appeals court to throw out all of the convictions for several reasons, including pretrial publicity. Prosecutors say that Chauvin got a fair trial and just sentence.